Hey guys, Nolar here. Back talking about Dokkan with the guys. I'm gonna call this the round table discussion. So with us, we've got Talon. Why don't you say hello?
What's up, guys?
I've got Garesh here,
Going on?
and finally I got Jinro.
What's good?
What's good? So yeah, we're gonna be talking about the anniversaries. We're gonna go through, kind of a nostalgia trip because I guess a real quick question we can all talk about it. So I was a global main, I think like 3-4 months before they had the first year anniversary. So I was a part around for the first year anniversary on global. Talon, when did you start playing? And I'm assuming the first year anniversary that was the first one you got through.
Yeah, I started JP a few months before the first year anniversary, so I've been on every single anniversary on JP.
Okay. And Garesh, I remember you said you started, kind of stopped, and came back, right?
Yeah, so the account that I'm on right now, which is obviously my main account, I started during I think like the second half of the first year. So I experienced
Okay.
the first year, but I was a noob at the time. So
Okay. Well, we'll have some memories of that. And then Jin, you've been around for a while too, right?
Yeah, I think last time I checked, Talon has me beat by like, I don't know, close to maybe like 20 or 30 days or something like that. But I initially started on global and didn't realize the JP version was available. So I think a month after I started the global account, I found JP and I just hopped over on JP just because I preferred the language to be JP. So that's pretty much it for that one.
All right. So yeah, I guess we've all been around. We're veterans, I guess you could call it. So we experienced the first year, which we're going to talk about real quick because it's very different than it is now. So
Ooh, that's an understatement.
yeah. So I think from what I remember, we didn't have like Dokkan Wiki or any of this stuff. So really, you relied on the in-game messages or notices, I should say. And right here, what's pulled up is from DBZ Space, and this is a carbon copy of what you saw inside the game. So we had, give me your energy. It was a little energy campaign. We had this Goku. That was the first time he showed up. The whole rock paper scissors Goku.
yeah, it's even labeled. Everything's labeled first year anniversary.
Yeah, so this is all new, right? We never had like the turtle school training. That was the first time we ever had that. So training items were kind of scarce back then. Same with Zenny, because we never had.
Yeah, and by the way,
Yeah.
so I believe after the anniversary actually went away, that event was no longer like that event wasn't permanent at the time.
Right,
The Master Roshi turtle
It
event.
was
I don't
while
think.
until those events were permanent, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was like a very like that back then. Like you were struggling for like you were running the Korin event for training
Yep.
items.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Fun times, fun times.
Yeah, and then of course this is when they first implemented like all the Dokkan events are back. And at the time, I mean, there were so few of them that like now we've got I think over like 70 of them if I count it or something like that. Where they go by the days, Mondays AGL, Tuesdays Tech, and all that. But back then, they kind of just showed up when they came back on the banner, which wasn't all the time. So this was the first time they just brought them all back for one anniversary, which is kind of great. And now this.
Yeah, it was definitely a big deal.
This
Who's
was
that guy in the middle? I've never seen him before.
I don't know. He looks familiar, but nah, I don't think anyone knows who he is.
Yeah, so strike events were a big deal because they were the first cards to go to SA15 at the time. So yeah, this was farmable, but double rates. Again, Jin can attest to 2 times 0 is still 0.
Yeah, and every day is a
Anything
day of
times
regret
0
for
equals
me.
0.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and then
I
Awakening
mean, the
medals.
strike events were pretty
Oh my
hard
god,
back then, too.
those medal stages, man, it's been forever.
I specifically remember like this was probably the single best event in the entire anniversary. I was nonstop running this because I just started. I needed so many medals, and I'm like, okay, like how do I get? And I remember looking up on like some obscure website that probably no longer exists. I was like, where do you farm these? And like they're like, oh, go to the Awakening Medal event. And I remember specifically farming this one stage, like legitimately for like 4 days straight.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember it was Supreme Kai medals that were like the hardest ones to get. I mean,
Well, the Elder Kind medals were harder in my opinion. Like I remember for some reason every time I would get a gold medal, I was like, oh, is this going to be an Elder Kai? And
Yeah.
it was always Supreme Kai, and I was like, come on.
Yeah, it's funny how we get those out of mission requirements now. It's they're so generous about it now compared to what it used to be.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is a trip down memory lane for a lot of us. Some traumatic memories, but it's here. Daily missions. Okay, so we never had daily missions. I think this was the first time that were reset every day. I think we had them, but they were like every 2 to 3 days. I can't remember if that was the case, but yeah, that was a thing. Triple XP. I think that was the best multiplayer at the time, right? Triple.
Yeah, it
I
was.
believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Baba Shop. This was I don't know if this happened all the time. Like I knew we
by
had
the way,
sales. Yeah.
For this Baba Shop thing, back then, the Baba Shop refreshed every hour instead of 30 minutes.
Oh,
So
that's right.
this being shortened to 20 minutes was like, it was like unheard of at the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't
Double
even remember
XP.
like how the items were at the time, like what kind of item availabilities were in the Baba Shop. It was so long ago, I can't even remember if it's any different or not.
I mean, well, we'll talk about it, but you know, the SSR characters, the Baba Shop characters, which by the way, Talon keeps saying they need an EZA, which I agree.
They do.
They weren't around at this time of, like, in this era of Dokkan, they weren't there. So, yeah, it was just all like pretty much medals and training items, if I remember.
Yeah.
Anyways, double XP, double training. So I mean that was decent, and then okay, one SSR character guaranteed.
Dude, this was so huge. I remember, like,
That
my
was
pants
huge.
were pretty much dropping when this happened.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, just look at the featured units, guys. Just look at them.
Didn't you only have like 3 summons on here, and that was it?
Yeah.
And then it went away.
It's something
Yeah, it
like
was-
that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Then we've got, okay, of course, this is when the first anniversary was Strength Gogeta in Chinemba. So, of course, you had the Dokkan events followed by the banners. And then we had a world tournament. At least this was on Global. I remember that. Because I remember going hard for this little kid Goku. And, of course, this is interesting. We got a new strike event, that Trunks, right? Followed by a collaboration summon for Xenoverse. And yeah, you can only get this guy to be.
Yeah, the other 2 characters are no longer available.
Yeah,
Pretty
so
much forgotten at this point.
yeah,
No, you
yeah.
literally can't pull them anymore. They're not in the game. Like they're not
They're
in
not in the
banners
pool.
anymore.
Yeah, they're not in the general pool at all. So again, this is the schedule for the super strikes, the double drops. I wasted tons of stones trying to like max these guys out. Yeah, so
This actually might have been the last time that Kibito and Ma Jr. came back.
showed up. Yeah, yeah, I
Pretty
think
sure
this-
it was.
Most likely.
So yeah,
Do any of you guys have a copy of either one? Because I was
I
on
do, JP.
my pretty
Nope,
much got
I
it for
don't.
Zenny.
yeah.
Nope.
All right, so that's the first year anniversary, which again, like some of this sounds so weird to you guys, like hey, Dokkan events are all back, but that was a huge deal at the time. Like again, the Awakening medals were big, the triple XP for rank, and again, the Baba Shop, all that stuff was like mind-breakingly crazy at the time. So that was the first year. Now let's skip ahead to second year. Before we dive right in, anything you guys remember specific about second year?
I got screwed beyond belief in this anniversary.
I had amazing luck during that anniversary.
I think I had pretty good luck.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best either for me. So, yeah, there's your spectrum. Talon did the best, and Gresh got shafted. So, okay. So, second year anniversary. Now, okay, this is global. This is global. All right, just got
Yeah,
preface
that
this
was
with
that
global.
JP didn't have that legendary election.
Yeah, because the LRs came like a month or two right after our second year anniversary. Is that right, Talon?
It came during the double rates banner during the celebration that we had physical cooler come out.
Oh, that's right. So Cooler was like the Dokkan Fest right after the second year anniversary. So it was like March, like late March, early April is what that was. So yeah, this is for global. I'm pretty sure Goresh has lots to say about this. And yeah, so I think this was the first time they did the Bluestone?
The Bluestone, yep.
Yeah. That was a big deal because actually buying a Dokkan Fest character was unheard of before, right? So that was a huge deal.
Yeah, basically it just came with a pack of stones that you bought, right?
Right. So
Yeah.
they could recruit them with the Dragon Stones. At this point, they were because the second year anniversary, at least for JP, was the beginning of the 120 meta. So throwing a free Tech Cell or STR Broly was just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, great, but I'll never really use them unless they're on their respective teams, but they won't ever lead anything. And of course, now we have EZAs. It's just a whole other situation. But yeah, the daily summon, was that tickets? I think that was tickets.
Yeah.
Right? You logged in,
Yep.
you got tickets, you summoned. He awakened because he was.
that oh my gosh, I got words about that Gotank's awakening.
Yeah, so you pulled him like this in the first year anniversary, and then he got his awakening in the second year. So he went from the 1 to 2. They love to do that. And then of course this was the free Tech Goku from the first year anniversary that got an awakening to this Super Saiyan 2. So 1 to 2 again. They love to do the numbers. He got an awakening too, right? Yep, there we go. And then of course the dual Dokkan Fest between Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Goku. I mean, we've had it before, but I think this was big for us because it was Kai's. You just spent 50 stones, you got Kai's,
Yeah,
this
that
is
was
when
that was a big deal back then.
yeah, because it was rare to get Kai's. Like for a long time on global, my strength Gogeta was SA 6 out of 10 because I ran out of Kai's, and you can't farm a super attack, right? So back then Kai's were a big deal. And Gresh, you want to explain this because this is a global exclusive here?
Not really, but basically how it worked was you did multis on the Goku and Vegeta dual Dokkan Fest banners, and you would get tickets to summon on this legendary summon banner. And basically how it worked was, I think this is actually where the female cards released along with LR Gohan. And then you also actually had Elder Kais that were summonable as well as Hercule statues. And by the way, this Diamond Hercule statue was the first time this would ever been released. It was even before JP. The JP didn't even have Diamond Hercule statues yet. And basically, you had like a very small chance to get LR Gohan from that banner just for summoning on the Super Saiyan 4 banners.
Yeah, that was the beginning of the ticket banners. Because on the first year anniversary on global, I don't remember there being tickets.
No, yeah, we didn't have that. Oh, yeah, and this is also you would also get the battlefield medals from summoning as well.
Yeah, which because we had when was Battlefield 1.0? It was for JP.
That was at the same time as LR Gohan came out. I think on JP, maybe a little bit before that. But what's funny about this is, to this day, I am still feeling the effects of having so many of these Battlefield medals because I was able to save so many Battlefield memories to not have to buy those.
Makes sense.
So even to this day, I
Kind
still
of
I still have
you
like
had, right?
yeah, like even to this day, I still like have more Battlefield memories than like everybody else.
Yeah. All right. This was a global exclusive thing here. For JP, it was a little different. We didn't have that at all. So, and of course, you got the Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta events, the Dokkan events, and the summons. Stamina required for Dokkan events were halved. Now, I think this was the first time they ever did this, because back then, Dokkan events were 50 stam, guys. 50 stam.
Exactly.
They weren't 25 like they are permanently now. So the
So were
fact that
Prime battles too.
yeah, they were. Oh my god.
Yeah. That was I just got
PTSD flashbacks?
massive flashbacks. Yeah, for that. I forgot all about that. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, you remember like taking your Prime Battle event, your Super Strike cards, and then losing, and then realizing you just wasted 50 stam, and then we were like, and you only had like 130.
Oh my god.
Yeah, again, guys, I know we're sounding a little dated here, but it's just like, be grateful for what you have now. And this is the first time they put in the anniversary coins, because I don't think they had it in the first year. So you just did, missions, or like it is now. You do some missions, you get some coins, you exchange it for Zenny training items, Kai's, Supreme Kai, Elder Kai medals, like whatever you needed. This is what you wanted. And the potential system was introduced a couple of months before the anniversary.
Yeah, it was right before the anniversary.
Yeah, I believe that released pretty much at the same time as AGL Rosé and Physical Vegito Blue.
Yeah.
I think that was the Is that 200 million? I think that was 200 million for global. On JP it was 150.
Yeah. Oh, and again, this is at the time when Global and JP weren't celebrating download celebrations at the same time. So we were all kind of all over the place.
Well, we were celebrating at the same time, but they were different. Like the celebrations were
that's what I
different,
mean.
I think.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like the campaigns were different for each version. So yeah. So the reason why I mentioned that is because the time reversal medals they were kind of scarce because
Yep.
you had to buy them with the incredible gems, and nobody wants to farm stages for incredible gems. So you're like, oh, I'm gonna use the second anniversary coin to buy it. So yeah, and so we got some of these new story events. Like this is a staple. This was if you wanted to farm Zenny, you farmed stage 10 on this one. And
The one that gave you Hercule badges or whatever.
yeah, the Herco badge one. Yeah, that's where I farmed all my Zenny.
Yeah, me too.
I know. And look, a year later, we're at the 15th World Tournament. That was like the 9th one, 8th one. Here, let me. Where is it? Here somewhere. 8th one, right? So, at the time, like World Tournaments were once a month. Just to let you know, every month there was guaranteed to be, or 5-6 weeks there was going to be a World Tournament. But now it's like every 3 months, 2 to 3 months. It's
Yeah.
big. And this was the first time we had this too. I'm pretty sure, like this battle prep to get ready for the World Tournament. So before that, you didn't even have this stage to farm items. You just had to, do it manually or go to the Baba shop. And back then, again, it was like an hour for a refresh. So
Still not permanent, by the way, which makes no sense. But yeah.
yeah.
And was it also around that time where the SSR guaranteed tickets were also kind of rare with the World Tournament Wars, or was it already revamped at this point? I'm trying to reflect back on how things were. We got like one SSR guaranteed ticket out of all the missions or whatever.
Yeah,
the
you
case
needed
was.
80 wins.
80
to
wins.
Get that.
Yeah.
Ticket. I still can't believe I did that. Like,
We
my
all
God.
did it. And we all did that. 80
Well,
wins.
that's how
God,
much
just
SSRs meant back in the day. to some degree,
It
I
hurts.
guess.
It hurts to remember.
I specifically remember getting so excited because on my guaranteed SSR ticket for getting 80 wins, I pulled Tech Vegito. And that was worth it back then.
Back then, it was worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was excited because I pulled physical Super Saiyan Bardock, who like melded my World Tournament team together at the time. Yeah. Times have changed, guys. Times have changed. Okay, so yeah, again, all this stuff is back. Was this the first time this dropped? The Pan Adventures?
I think so.
Yeah, it's part of the 2-year anniversary. I mean, it makes sense as it being the first time implemented, probably.
Oh, because it's GT. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, okay, it's been 3 years, huh? That's crazy. Yeah, so she was really there to, obviously, as you guys know, you do it once a week, but you get a ton of rank XP. Although, as you get later on in the ranks, it's not really worth that much anymore. But early on, for a lot of players, it was a pretty big deal. So, yeah, this was the first time that was there. And again, the potential system.
Hold on, let me just talk about this for a second because this was insane. They by the way, they've never done this again. Drop potential orbs and hidden potential events tripled.
Yeah, that is insanely nice.
That's pretty big. Yeah.
Can you imagine today if they did that? People would be going insane. Like, I remember when, because this was actually when they put in the countdown, and I remember people were talking about, oh, like JP didn't do triple orb, and people were going crazy over this. And honestly, like, there's a good reason why they probably have never done this again, because the amount of orbs you got from this was just absolutely insane. Because also on the weekends, every single stage was open, and they were all giving triple orbs. Like,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
It's good times.
All right. 4 times XP, which is now the highest at the time and still the highest now. And of course, it's a big success. All this is open now. Now it's 30% off. I think now we're at like 30 minutes for refresh at this point, but I can't remember. And so yeah, that was the 2nd year anniversary.
Do you guys remember? Because in the first year it was 50% off. Do you remember if we've ever had that again? Was it only the first year?
Yeah, I think it was
I
only
think
the
it was
first
only
year.
the first year.
Yeah, we haven't had anything close
It
to that
almost
off.
sounds like it's always been 30 since then.
Yeah. So we could be wrong, but yeah, that's what we remember, guys. So that was the first. This is the 2nd year anniversary, and let's go on to the 3rd. So we're on Dokkan Wiki. They have it pretty pretty well laid out. So this is part 1. And as you guys know, you have the countdown. Okay, so just to preface this, seeing all of this, you see Bulma, you see Vegeta, you see the Ginyu squad. I was like, okay, this has got to be Frieza and Namek Goku, right? Like it has to be. This is like it's all pointing towards it. You got Purunga, and this was the first time if I remember Purunga came out, right? So 3 wishes. That was pretty big deal because we saw like when you did the story stages, you did Shenron. You're like, okay, 1 wish is fine, but you get 3. So we all got these cards for free. The 3rd year anniversary card, and then this Goku. And we eventually hit top grossing, of course. Again, I think this is the global version. First rank again, 28 more stones. Yeah, just big deal on the anniversary. And here's all the missions you had to do. So 20 stam, all this stuff, and you like this blows my mind because I'm like, oh, we get training items, you get Elder Kai, Supreme Kai medals, just insane. And now that I think about it, this was actually really big.
Yeah, almost, from memory, I thought 2-year, anniversary was
big.
Extremely big, but looking at it from a logical, rational standpoint, year 3 was pretty significant looking at it now.
Yeah, lots of stuff kind of improved. This was also a big deal too because select coin, the God Dragonstone, they expanded the pool, I think it include these guys now. 7 characters added, okay. And then we got a free red Dragonstone, right?
You mean a purple stone?
Oh, purple stone, yeah.
I think so, yeah. Actually, was it? I think it was a part of a pack.
The purple stone was paid for. The red stones were always free. The purple and blues have always been paid for.
Okay, all right, never mind. Yeah, so all this stuff is in the shop, the sales. Big rip. The biggest rip. Sorry, guys. I'm looking at this too. Yeah, so... All right. Okay, so like I said, I thought it was going to be Namek Goku and Frieza, and then all of a sudden, when we got the data download, Gogeta and Vegito? Like, what? So... I don't know. It feels like they were going to give us the transformation mechanic, because this is the first time we ever had the transformation meta, right? Like, for
JP Vegeta. It was, yeah.
Yeah, and then I thought that we were going to get what we eventually got for the download celebration, the Goku and Frieza. I thought that was what we were going to get for the 3rd year anniversary, but clearly they went with this because this sold quite a bit.
Yeah, these were the first Dokkan Fest exclusive LRs, by the way.
Yep, so. The first time they had LRs, yeah, for Dokkan Fest.
How did you guys do on this one for this 3 year on the banners? I did horrible.
Yeah, it was rough.
Shockingly good. I was honestly surprised.
Vegeta was good, and then Gogeta. I think I pulled 2 Gogetas in the amount of stones I rainbowed Vegito.
And by the way, guys,
that's how it goes, right?
This era, the 3rd year era, there was no GSSR. So I went 1,000 stones in Gogeta's banner, all dead multis. And by dead multis, I mean 1 SR. 9 Rs and 1 SR per multi, 1,000 stones straight, dead. I specifically remember that because I was like,
I mean, that's what they advertised back then, right? Guaranteed SR, right?
Or higher.
Oh my god.
Guaranteed SR or higher. And I think this is the first time they brought back the type banners, and this time they gave orbs with it, right?
I think
the
first
like
time they did this
and orbs.
I think the first time they did this technically was during the Gogeta and Omega download celebration.
Gogeta and download. Okay.
Yeah, they were saying 4 Gogeta and Omega.
Maybe.
And then this one was like right after that. Or not right after.
No.
Gogeta so that was almost a year ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I specifically remember them doing that during that. I think that might have been the first time. But for an anniversary, this is the first one, yeah.
Yeah. So this was a big deal because those type supports at the time, we were still in the mono meta, 120 meta, so they were a big deal for those teams. And I always summoned because they provided orbs, right? I wanted all the orbs, so I always summoned on them. But yeah, okay. So third tickets, ticket anniversary summons. So, and then of course we got this was a global thing, right? The special friend summon. I think that's
Just
always
like
been a
that, yeah.
global
That's
one.
always been global. Yep.
Yeah.
That's always global.
Yeah, but this one was terrible. It looks good, but the rates were terrible on this one.
Yeah. All right. Of course, all the events are back. Now we got this boss rush stage was added. This was probably, what is that, like boss rush 4 or 5? Yeah. Yeah. So in between second and third year, this is when we started getting more end game kind of stuff. So boss rushes, all that. We hadn't had Super Battle Road yet, I don't think. But this is when they started to add more things. So this is another source of stone income for the free-to-play players. So,
We did have the original Super Battle Road. We had the type ones.
at the time. Okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah, that was it though. Because I remember specifically people were like taking Vegito, LR Int Vegito into the Int one and like soloing it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. All right, so that's basically it. I mean, this is the first time we had the stamina shortened. I'm pretty sure, like the
Yeah,
recovery.
you're right about that.
That was a big deal, right? Like,
Oh, that was huge. I remember. Oh my gosh.
I remember there were people who were thinking that was going to be permanent.
I wish it would have been permanent.
Yeah, 5 minutes to 3 minutes. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it is quite a bit.
It's a big change.
Yeah, it's a big jump. So whenever they bring that back, that's really good. But at the time, I'm thinking, okay, so they bring it down for 3 because it's third year. So as we go up, it's going to be fourth year. It's going to be 4 minutes. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and then 6th year it's going to be actually longer.
Longer. I don't know. I was thinking some crazy stuff. But anyways, yeah. So the Facebook campaigns and stuff like that, and these were the wishes for Purunga. Again, the first time Purunga ever came out. So these were all good.
Man, I remember those.
Yeah, these were all good. So what else? Yeah, more stamina consumption. I mean, we've always had that for every anniversary. There's like always a campaign of something. So yeah, third year, I feel like they just introduced a ton of stuff compared to second year, right? Just added more things.
Yeah, it's more of a modern anniversary type celebration.
Yeah, it's a very modern anniversary.
All right, any last words on third year before you guys want to head on to fourth?
Nah, I think it was a very solid celebration. Just
that was
you know,
part 1. This is part 2. Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
there's more? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, the legendary summons. I remember those.
Oh yes, I remember these now.
Try and get Goku
The
Black.
only thing I'll say about the third year, in my opinion, this was my
This was a big deal.
my memories of this anniversary was it felt like there was just not as much to do during this one as the second or first year.
Really? I felt
It's
the
just-
opposite of that, but okay.
I felt like the third year just felt like the most dry in terms of content.
Definitely didn't feel that way to me.
Well, I mean, this is the first time we had farmable cards, like
Ginyu
not the
Force.
first time, but we had the Ginyu Force. I mean, what I mean is like I think this is the first time we had like the Kid Gohan, this STR one, where he had his own orbs. Was he the first unit? I can't remember.
No, wasn't that Goku Jr.?
Yeah, it was Goku Jr.
Then when did Goku Jr. come out?
I think in between second and third year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what I mean to say is like we've had the Ginyu Force event, right? So that you could farm their stage, farm their orbs, and they were really good together. And then you unlock that Tech Ginyu. And so I felt like there was a lot, but it was kind of segmented in a way because this was the second half, right? The second part of the anniversary.
Yeah.
So, all right. Okay, so that's third anniversary. We'll go on to fourth and then fifth, which we are wrapping up on global. All right, so this is this is a lot of stuff for fourth year.
Yeah, that's a lot of information.
Yeah, fourth year had a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so all this stuff. Yeah, so this is a GT themed again. The major Dokkan Fest, dual Dokkan Fest was LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. So again, we get the fourth year ticket summons. We had this guy come for the first time. Who had that one multi? Because you only get 5 from the tickets, right? Who had the one multi? Just all of him.
Oh, I had that.
Yeah. Just every single single one.
Which unit are you guys talking about?
Oh, the
The
trunks.
trunks.
That's our trunks.
Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah. And then what else is there? Another Godstone pack.
Kind of what we consider usual stuff now, right? The red
Yeah, this is
stones,
pretty-
purple
pretty
stones.
Yeah, they set the standard on the 3rd year, so this is all kind of usual. The 4th year anniversary, this was different because it's once a day. You did this thing to get the tickets, but there was a lot of Zenny to get there. So if you need Zenny, you do that. Giru, he was the first part 1 of the anniversary for farmable cards, right?
Yep, he was a farmable free-to-play card.
This was crazy. I remember this.
Oh
was crazy.
yeah, LR Pan.
Yeah, she goes to LR, but it was every day. You did it once a day.
Yeah, it was like a double effect, right?
Yeah, like you were doing it for her to awaken her to LR, but you were getting all that rank XP, going up in rank. Yeah. Oh yeah, Goku Junior's here. Oh, but this is when he got an easy A. Yeah.
Yeah, that was his EZA.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, traditional EZA
Yeah.
would be nice if another more modern anniversary had done that. But just saying.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that. Another stage for boss rush. Because they only tend to bring out extra boss rush stages for like the big celebrations, right? So
Yeah, it's a lot of stones.
yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, so an incentive to bring it out there. Celebration packs. So this is I think for for global. And here we go, the dual Dokkan Fest. Now, how did they go for you guys pulling these guys?
Terribly.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I left this anniversary. By the way, this is when they introduced gacha coins
Yep.
to the game for the first time. I left this anniversary with over 2,000 gacha coins, and I didn't have both rainbowed.
Oh man, Jin, how did it go for you?
Well, I mean, I did pretty good, but my standard of pretty good is quite different from the likes of you guys. So I came out with a copy of both and a decent amount of stones, so I call that a W. So I'll leave it at that.
Honestly, I think that was actually pretty decent for me. I think I rainbowed both in just over 3.5K.
Damn, that's pretty good actually.
Yeah, that's
for
pretty good.
dual
That's
Dokkan
actually
Fest, that's
really
pretty good.
Yeah. So that was awesome. Again, Elder Kai's, but this time it was like 5 for 25 stones, so still pretty decent. But we are now showered in Kai's these days. So
Yeah, I actually think JP doesn't do the 25 stone.
no, we
for
don't
the
do
Elder
25.
Kai's,
It's
right?
it's just the 50 version.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
by the way, have you guys taken advantage of any of that recently, like within the past year, when it became a regular thing, or what? Because I
monthly
haven't
thing?
ran it once.
I haven't. No.
I haven't had it.
I can't even remember the last time I pulled on a Kai banner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a while.
Like
Yeah,
back then, it was like you must use your stones at whatever cost to make sure you get 10 Kais. But now it's just you get it in excess, like you said.
Yeah.
People
it's
literally used to skip Dokkan Fests to pull on these banners.
Yeah. Back then it was crazy, guys. Like it was super rare to get a Kai. Basically, you got them from World Tournament and like some celebration stuff. Like first year. That's all I remember getting my Kais from were like specific like login bonuses or whatever. That was it.
Yeah, and when they first introduced the type banners, they came with a Kai on every multi, and like that's where a lot of whales got like their giant stashes of Kais. Was just
Yeah.
Going hard on
blitzing through
those.
summons on there. Yeah.
Yeah, but we haven't had, besides like the double rates banners that give blue coins, we haven't had any banners that give Kais per multi anymore, right?
Well, the type banners
Aside
still
from
do,
the
I think,
Christmas
right?
banner now.
Yeah, well, besides the type banners. So it's just type banners and then the double rates, and that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. And then the
Yep.
actual Kai banners.
Yeah, okay. But to answer Jen's questions, I haven't actually summoned on a Kai banner because they're now monthly. I haven't done that in like over a year, I want to say.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, so these guys came back, 3-4 days. You get, the type banners with orbs. This went up because I think it was like 3,000 orbs for the 3rd year. I'm gonna double check real quick here.
Also, would have been nice to have
Yeah,
that.
it might have been like 3,000 and Elder Kai
300?
or something, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Where is it? Check it real quick.
I think it was all the way at the top after the
Yeah.
Dokkan Fest. All the way at the top.
Oh. Oh,
Are you talking about the 3-year?
Yeah, I'm looking at 3-year right now.
It was
Oh,
like
maybe it was after,
3,333 orbs and
Okay.
an Elder Kai.
Yeah, so they gave 4,000 even. It's a little bit more, which is fine. No big deal. These guys were new, right? There was like newer. Oh no, this event came back, but this one was a new one, right? This one here, I remember, was new for 4th year. Same. Which one's this one? This is the one with like the evil Goten, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think in part 2 there was a new one.
Yeah.
The Shadow Dragon one.
Yeah. Okay, again, every day these were open. Super Battle Road was every day. Why isn't it permanent? I don't know. Like, I don't want to use coins on Super Battle Road anymore. I mean, keys. Okay, so part 2 was all this stuff, more sales. I think this is another Purunga or something akin to Purunga. Not
That's like
necessarily
that was like a stamina consumption campaign or something.
Oh, okay. Complete missions, more rewards. Okay, this is I don't think it's the first time, but for this anniversary, this was their raid boss, right?
This was like the preliminary to the raid boss because that was like a social media event, and then that led into I think the raid.
Well, because I remember you had to do the story, right? Once you finished all of the story.
Well, there was we'll get to that. There's another tab. I remember looking at this because I did a video on this anniversary compared to the 5th year. There's another tab for all
it was like
that.
3 total steps or something, right?
Yeah, it was insane. This is why this anniversary was so good. Look, another EZA. Vegeta Jr. By the way, these are just both of these EZAs, the Vegeta Jr. and the Goku one, all gave stones and orbs and Kais.
Yep.
Yeah, the way it's meant to be.
Exactly.
Was this the first time punching machine?
No,
I don't know.
just new stages added.
Okay, the one where you could use items, right?
Yeah, the actual good ones. Yeah,
the good one. Yeah. Okay. Ultimate Clash, which was a GT special edition, that was good. You know,
yep.
I mean, it's the same content. Well, in a way, it's the same mode, but varied content inside. It's themed for the anniversary. That's cool. Now, top legendary summons. So part 2 had the LR Baby and LR GT trio, and then some more Golden Weekend missions. So extra stuff, and of course the loading screens. Okay, Shadow Dragon Hunt. This is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I remember because I remember you had to do each stage, and then look at us, more stones. Just do the damn stages, and you got stones, right? So.
Yep.
And now this was
that was the raid.
That was the raid. Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay. So, but that also gave a bunch of stones as well, if I remember.
Click on that. Open that in a different tab. Look how many orbs this gave. Scroll all the way down.
Yeah. Okay, so the first 30 stages or 40 stages were the EZA for that GT this Spirit Bomb Kid Goku.
Yeah.
Which was cool. Like that was new. And then now all these orbs.
On the bottom it gives you a total
up to 100, right? Stage 100 you got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think on the bottom it gives a total. No, it doesn't. Oh, I thought I did.
It
says total rewards. There's a total rewards tab.
Like what is that?
Look at
50,
that.
200
Wow.
small,
Of each type.
4,000 mediums, and 350 large.
50 sleepy Kais.
Yeah, 50 sleeping guys.
Yeah.
That's how this needs to be on a regular basis, honestly.
Yeah. We'll discuss it at the end, but yeah. So this was the that was the raid, which is cool. I thought the concept of a raid was very interesting. So when they introduced it, I thought it was really cool. All right, go back.
Yeah, I like that too.
All right, so that was the raid. Then, of course, because we got this Spirit Bomb Goku, who's still really good. I mean, he's fun to play with. And then, okay, so the countdowns, the anniversary countdowns. Yeah, lots of stuff. 3 minutes for Act, quadruple XP. Yeah, just crazy stuff. Facebook Command Dragon Stones. So yeah, I think the 4th year was really good.
Go click on the Dragon Stones real quick.
Yeah, I was just about to say they did give out quite a bit of Dragon Stones.
Yeah,
right, so
it's insane.
So at the end, you got 936 Dragon Stones. Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah, I mean that's how an anniversary should be, right? Reward your veteran players, and 936 Dragon Stones also work for brand new players, right? They get currency to play with. So this was a very very successful anniversary in my opinion.
Not to mention all the orbs. You're like, there's so many orbs given out in this anniversary. It's actually crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so that was 4th year, and then we'll briefly go over 5th year because we've all experienced it. For especially with global players, they're in it right now, finishing it off.
Are you guys done being asked about the 55th ticket, by the way, or what? What's the deal with that? I'm just curious.
I mean, I just have my video up, so when someone asks me, I just link them the video.
No more trolls.
No more trolling. Yeah, this was pretty cool because this is the first time. I mean, we got the boost system introduced in between 4th and 5th year, I want to say, and this is the first time we actually well, not the first time, but for this anniversary, they have the boost system, like the time it takes to replenish it. I don't know if we had that on JPS.
Yeah, I was about to say, I believe this is a global only part of the anniversary.
I think only global has this half reduction in boost regeneration.
I feel like at some point we also did get it on JP. I just don't remember when, but I almost feel like yeah, it might have been. That would make more sense.
Yeah, I think you may be right. It was Golden Week, but all right. So let's see. They gave you the free blue Goku here. He's holding up the number 5 for 5th year anniversary, and then the tickets, and then all this stuff, more Godstones. Well, of course, this is a global exclusive here. All this is global exclusive, and then of course Gogeta, Vegito. 55th tickets. That was new, right? We've never had that before, where we had to get missions done, and you couldn't summon until the 55th. But because it guaranteed an LR, right?
Yeah.
So that was new for us. But we've had like step up banners before, where you do the step up banner, and then the last step was a guaranteed LR. Yeah. But here it's like this is free. One giant one.
It costed 200 stones at the end of the day for those, whereas this one was free. So that's probably the biggest difference between the two.
Yeah. So there's the 55th ticket, of course, which we just talked about. But then you could use stones to get it too. And if you were lucky, you got more than one LR. You can maybe get like 3. I think. What's the best one you've seen, you guys? Like 3 or 4?
Yeah, LRs probably 3 for me.
I don't know if I've seen a 4, like a quad. I don't know if I've seen that.
I think the best I've seen is 3 personally.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What else?
Oh, by the way, what's really cool about the Baba Shop update for this anniversary was the fact that they put in the prior unacquirable download celebration reward
with that.
Yeah.
And plus, like the ones that were exclusive only to one version. So I remember for me, like JP, I bought all the global exclusive, like the Yamchas and whatever, just to have it in the collection.
Yeah.
This is the one time I didn't immediately just go for the orbs in the shop. I literally
made you think.
I wanted to get all those exclusive units in my box.
Yep. But you guys, the other difference was you guys had orbs for the coins, right? We didn't get them on JP, so
we had premium packs. This is in part 3. We can get to that in a little bit.
Okay. Of course the blue fusions got their own Dokkan events. Boss Rush, another Boss Rush stage. Infinite Dragon Ball history, so that's the new thing they're doing. We've had Legendary Goku events. Now we have Infinite Dragon Ball history, and I feel like every major celebration they're just adding another stage to it. So for the 5th year was the Dragon Ball Super Broly stage, and then what's the other future stage, right?
Yeah.
And then of course 5th year introduced skill equip orbs. So this was every day, which is really good. But RNG could be terrible sometimes, or all the time, I should say. So there's that. Your farmable cards. So now, I think the biggest difference that sets 5th year apart, where there were multiple cards that were farmable, that awakened at Easy Aid. I think the 4th year was just the Goku Jr. and the Vegeta Jr. just got their Easy A, and then the raid. But here is like there's 3 cards instead of 2. So, I mean, I guess that's the big deal. And then, of course, this thing here, the Frieza armor.
Spirit Bomb Goku, right? In the 4th year?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Well, now I guess the difference, right? I don't know.
And Giru.
My memory's kind of bad, considering JP was back in, end of January. But were these guys EZAs, like Extreme Z areas, or like the traditional Extreme Z battles? I can't even remember.
Easy
Extreme
areas.
Z area,
Easy
baby.
areas, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
Whereas
and,
Goku Jr. and Vegeta
They were
Jr. were the traditional route, right?
Yeah.
with 30 stones, with Kais, with orbs. Yeah. you're
I
right.
think that's where because if I remember correctly, I believe this the 5th year had 86 less stones given out than the 4th year.
And it's probably from
and-
the EZAs. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I attribute a lot of those to the traditional EZAs from the 4th year.
Okay. All right. Let's see. This was different. We never had this kind of event before, so cool. But basically punching bag, right? More or less.
Yeah.
And of course, all the EZAs are opened, and then Virtual Clash, just themed. Hidden Potential every time, which is good. Some story events came back, obviously themed around Dragon Ball Super Broly and the future saga. So that was part 1. This is the first time an anniversary had 3 parts. Although when you really
Which,
look at
let's
it,
be real, we didn't need a part 3. They could have
Yeah.
compressed it to 2 parts, right?
Yeah,
they
that's a
easily
big
could have been 2 parts.
complaint people had, was just spread out too thin, basically.
Yeah. Okay, again, more sales, because we now have these guys got their awakenings, right, and then the easy area, not easy areas, more golden weekends, and then of course the Dragon Stones were on sale because you could pick up Broly and Rose here, the Broly trio and Rose. I still think they're really they're very good cards because they're still different mechanics, the way they operate. So I was, may not be the best of the best cards, although you could probably make the argument with Rose, but I was happy with them because they were very different and unique.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
probably gets a point, honestly, where they'll end up becoming more useful. They might change the mechanics up a little bit, where they end up being a ace in the hole or something, maybe.
Yeah, potentially.
One thing I
And
do want to talk about
mention?
in part 2. Hold on, scroll back up for a second. The friend summon thing, or go back down. It was like the global only friend summon right here. So, if you're gonna ask me what the biggest JP shaft is, this is up there. For somebody like me who plays a lot, I was able to get like 500 million Zenny, like 20 Kais of 20 Grand Kais of every type, which is like 100 Grand Kais, like 200 Sleepy Kais. Like this was, I never have to ever farm Zenny again. I never have to ever summon on any Kai banner again. Like it was insane. Like there's actually no words to describe how ridiculous this was. Like the fact that Global got this and JP didn't, honestly, it's a crime. Like it really is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys were like, complaining the past 5 years about it, so they had to get back at us somehow, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's a big deal. Because I mean, at this point, for me personally, I don't really need friend points. I don't really do friend summons. I mean, I don't know about you, Jin.
I haven't touched that thing, and I mean, I think it's safe to say years at this point, but
yeah. And Talon, you still around?
What?
I think we might have lost Talon at some point. All right.
By the way, wasn't there speculation about a new friend summon LR at this point once it got announced, or what? I remember like vaguely hearing something maybe about it. I can't remember.
What was the last friend summon LR? Was it the Great Saiyaman?
Yeah, Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 were the last time that a lot of us probably went into the friend summons on JP.
When did they come out? I think that's my question.
I don't remember. It was a download celebration, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I think, right? Wasn't it? It wasn't 300. Was it before that?
Look it up real quick. Yeah, let me look it up real fast.
The reason why I think it might be coming is because if the last one came for a download, the download's in a month, so
2018 August 21st is when it came out, so 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay, so
yeah,
that means potentially we get one now, and this would make sense because this would be a good bait banner to deplete your friend points, right? It's still worth it to go in on it, honestly. you'll eventually get enough friend points to get the new LR, rainbow them, all that kind of stuff at some point. But yeah, that's a good point that then we might get a new friend LR or friend summon LR.
Maybe that's what JP will get, right? Is all the stuff that happened just on global, and then we get that chance of getting the friend summon LR during the celebration. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
that would be a kind of a bad look, but I guess it'd work out in the end either way.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to give something to one side and not give it to the other one on the same celebration. You know.
They kind of like to antagonize the versions a little bit. I've come to notice.
You mean like Extreme Super Battle Road? Yeah.
I mean, we will have a global versus JP like campaign, right, for the download celebration. So what other way to be like, well, the winner will get the new friend LR and the other one won't.
Can you imagine if the winner got like a new mode and the other versions never got the new mode?
No, they got one taken away or something.
Yeah. All right. Enough stoking the flames.
That's sibling rivalry taken to the next level. That's pretty much what that is.
Yep. Okay, and then finally the third part, which I guess we can all say wasn't really needed.
Nope.
Yeah. The real big thing was this. You know, the first LR to get an easy A, and it wasn't even an actual easy A. It was an easy area.
Yep.
So that was a big deal, but it wasn't big enough to carry the third anniversary, or the third part of the anniversary, I should say. So yeah, I mean, yeah. So I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm just being honest here. I might have felt a little bit differently if it was, the original LR Goku during that time. Maybe I would have felt differently, where it's such a throwback, and the LR Easy A would actually, to me, it would have meant a lot more significance to it than a brand new unit that's immediately getting an Easy A as an LR. So I don't know. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I think what left a sour taste in my mouth is the fact that he got to LR, and the Easy A to his LR wasn't that big of a difference. Like, it's barely noticeable in the changes.
It was pretty
minor,
apparent that they on purpose they made his LR like quote unquote not as good as it should have been, just to implement the easy area,
right.
And they'd be like, hey, here's what he probably should have been just at regular LR status. That's pretty much what it felt like when it came out.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I wasn't. That was the only thing to do, really, and I didn't really like it. So part 3 never felt good to me at all. So.
Well, I think let me just go ahead and say this too. I think people were quite irritated. Also, the simple fact that they had to wait till part 3 to get the last ticket. So I think a lot of people were aggravated already at that point. I think aggravation levels are quite high just because of that. So on top of it being somewhat underwhelming, it probably just made it feel even worse.
Yeah.
Yep. No, that makes sense. All right, and then last tally that they managed to have is all the Dragon Stones from the 5th year. If you did everything, got everything completed, you're looking at 849 stones, which, of course, is less than 936.
87. I said 86, actually 87. Sorry.
Yeah, so 87 stones. If you converted some of those easy areas into easy A's, probably get you closer, but still fall short a little bit. So, yeah, I don't know. It's that's the 5th year.
I bet you the amount of orbs given out during a 5-year didn't even come close to the 4th year.
No, there's no way it was close. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Alrighty, so
no way it was close.
Anything you guys want to say on the 5th year before we rank them all in our respective opinions?
I think the biggest thing that simply held the 5th year back was the fact that they added a part 3, which was not needed. They, drastically extended things that didn't need to be extended. They took out traditional easy A's, and it sounds like all of us somewhat to some degree agree on this. The whole easy area for the first LR ever, it just felt like they purposely made him not as good just to then implement it, so then they can make him at least decent. So
yeah,
I think that's what definitely held the celebration back for 5th year.
Okay. All right. So we went through all the anniversaries. Some of us are nostalgic about it in a bad way. and mostly good way too. But how would you guys rank? We'll go one by one. What is your top pick of the best anniversaries in the history of Dokkan? Jin, why don't you start us off?
Oh, I needed time to think. You're gonna throw me on the spot like that, huh?
all right. Okay, I think for me personally, the fourth year was the best anniversary out of all of them. Just to quickly recap, 936 stones altogether. We had the boss raids, we had regular EZAs. It just felt really good. Like it felt like a good anniversary. Didn't know I didn't know that was that good until I looked at the fifth year and thought, oh yeah, the fifth year is good, but not as good as the fourth to me. So I'm gonna cap it off as that's the best anniversary we've ever had on Dokkan, in my opinion. Who wants to go next?
I just agree with you. So that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, no, despite the bad luck on the banners, I say year 4 was definitely the best of the best when it comes to the anniversary celebrations.
Okay. All right, Jen.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of a different route. This is for me like my personal favorite time, and I think again this is probably cloudy and muddled a little bit from nostalgia, maybe. But even through looking through all the stuff we just reviewed, in each anniversary, and I understand the stone count and all that, but I don't know. For me, like it just seems like year 2, I just still had a really really good time during that celebration of all the new stuff that came out. I think year 2 is when stuff like Boss Rush and Potential Oversurely came after that, right? So I don't know.
Yeah.
Those to me had like such a big impact on the game itself and how much change came about it. I don't know. I almost feel like it just again, it's probably muddled with nostalgia, but I would personally, just from a personal standpoint, I might say year 2 might have been the best for me.
That was my second place pick. Was year 2.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to second place. You're saying year 2, Garesh?
Yeah, year 2. So for me, it goes 4 is best, 2 is second best.
Okay.
For me
Talon?
personally, I'm gonna go with year 3 was my second best personally.
Yeah.
Just again, it might be nostalgia. It might just be what I'm simply remembering from seeing Purunga for the first time and all that stuff. But I definitely liked the year 3. I'd say as my second pick.
That's because you did really well in the banners, man. Come on, let's be real.
No, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. But I also like farming up the Ginyu guys and everything like that. It was also the first to finally finish up Extreme Tech Super Battle Road. That was a big accomplishment during year 3 for me. So I was definitely happy about that. And so yeah, I'd say 30th anniversary was number 2 for me.
For me, I would agree with Talon. I think the 30th anniversary is the second best out of them all, just because this is kind of the template of the modern day anniversary, right?
So it kind of set the standard.
Yeah, so the step up from year 2 to 3 makes this second because it was such a big difference as to what we got, and I definitely like the transformation meta, even though the restrictions are kind of garbage still.
They're garbage. They're still garbage.
Even though now with these events we can get them, but at the time, like you would have had to play super, super against your own play style just to make sure you could transform them. You gotta delay this, you gotta make sure they eat a type disadvantage super attack. Whatever. I still think overall year 3 was the second best, just as a whole package. Even though I got shafted on those banners, so. Yeah. Jin, what's your second best anniversary?
I'll say year 4. I mean, we kind of ran through it, so I don't need to explain it. But yeah, year 4 would be second for me.
Okay. Third best anniversary, guys. Who wants to go first?
First year.
First year. Okay.
Good one.
I think first year was the most. Even if you take a look at all the anniversaries, I think the first year was the most revolutionary for the time that it came out.
It's true.
Like it introduced the most, I guess, new stuff to the game when it came out. Like we never had like all the weekly events open for the medals. We didn't have like this Baba Shop thing ever. Guaranteed SSR, like for those multis were insane. This is the first dual Dokkan Fest we ever had.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know, like triple experience was really, really insane. The Master Roshi turtle training was crazy for the time.
Yep.
The Xenoverse collab was pretty cool. We never had another collab ever during an anniversary, so
Yeah,
That's a
don't
good
don't
point.
forget the awakening medals too, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
And the strike events are all open.
Uh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like for like obviously if you compare this to the other anniversaries, it's like not even like this one's like not even close. But for the time it came out, I feel like this was like the most hype time to be playing the game.
all right. Are you done with that, Gresh?
Yep.
Okay. I guess I'll go next. I thought the second year anniversary was next, so I guess it's I guess it's basically just looking down, down, down. But I would say the second year anniversary. I think very, very similar to Jinro. I still have a lot of good memories from second year anniversary. It was the first time we saw the 120 meta and everything like that, and it's just, I personally enjoyed it a lot. So
Okay. Jin?
Yeah, I guess I don't know. It's a tough one, but just without thinking too much about it, I'd probably say year 3 would be third for me.
Okay.
And a little
Uh,
biased from getting shafted, so I'll leave it at that.
It clouds our judgment, but it's there. For me, yeah, year 2 would be the third for me. Mostly because I think for those who don't know, this was the introduction to the 120s, and before that was the 70%, and then the 50%, like the physical Vegito Blue and the AGL Rose. That was like, for me personally, the golden era of Dokkan. It was just so fun to run all those teams, your theory crafting, all that stuff. So I had a lot of goodwill going into the second year because we were done with that meta and we're moving on. And looking back on it in retrospect, 120 was kind of but going from 70 to 120, like at that moment, was really good to me. So I'd give it the third best anniversary in my opinion. So, all right, fourth and fifth. Let's just hammer them out. What did you think is the fourth and fifth worst, quote unquote, anniversaries of the game?
I guess I'll go. Year 5 and then first year anniversary is the worst. That's just how I'm going to put it.
Why was it? Because you got shafted on the first year anniversary there, Talon?
No, actually, well, okay, Gogeta's banner shafted me, but Janimba's banner didn't shaft me at all, actually.
Like people
yeah.
summon for Geneva.
I don't know. I mean, I think my my memory's pretty clouded of it, to be honest. Even looking at it for, again, like Goresh stated, that it was very revolutionary at the time, for seeing all that stuff. But I remember when the first year anniversary came out, because it was on JP, and I was back home in the States during vacation, and so it was a kind of a very casual playthrough for me, and I just remember Gogeta's banner just slapping me in the face essentially. But I didn't feel like there was really much to do. Obviously, I know looking like at it right now, obviously there was stuff to do, but at that time, I didn't really consider, that first year Kid Goku thing to really be worth it. I remember looking at him, I was just like, okay, fine, whatever. I don't really care about farming him up or anything. The strike events, I didn't. If anyone doesn't know, I didn't do the strike events until we saw that LR Goku required the strike cards, and I just said, nope, I don't even care about the strike cards, because again, 2 times 0 double rates, still 0.
Yeah,
So
they were a pain too. They were definitely a pain back then.
yeah, they're definitely a pain. So I
Well,
think
they had the what 100 ACT cost, right?
100 team costs. Team costs, yeah. So,
Oh god.
Yeah, this was a team cost doesn't matter anymore, but back then it did matter because you couldn't take certain units. You had to both in terms of like eligibility, and then obviously you have to stay under the team cost. So yeah, strike events were rough, man. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so you're saying fifth year and then first year anniversary is 4 and
Yep.
5.
Yep.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Talon, but I will say this: like 5-year anniversary was not bad at all, and I think the LRs really did carry the celebration period. I mean, I think they lived up to the hype and what people wanted, and people were extremely excited about the units anyway. So, in my opinion, they really did carry it. We did get a lot of good stuff, but again, like it's a lot of cloudy judgment with nostalgia, and even though one is technically ranked last, it's relative to perspective, right? Like Goresh was saying earlier, it really does. You have to take a step back and really think about how big that was. I mean, the strength Gogeta, everybody ran that guy after the banners dropped or whatever. Nobody, you never saw anybody,
Yep.
come close to that afterwards. So, totally understandable the revolutionary part. So I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit unfair and a little bit of an injustice to place them worse, because obviously it's going to get better and better with each year progression. But sometimes you'll have the kind of anomalies like year 5. But yeah, I mean that's personally where I would place it. But they're easily interchangeable by slicing and dicing it, looking at it differently.
Right. Yep. All right, Gresh.
Number 4 for me is 5-year.
Yeah.
And then number 5 for me is 3-year. I really did not like the 3-year at all. I felt like there was nothing to do.
Okay. All right. So my final call again. I'm gonna put number 4 as the 5th year, and just like everyone else, the first year is the last. And this is very much clouded. I'm gonna put that out front, but I got super shafted on these banners. Specifically Gogetas. I went 120 multis without a Gogeta. Or 119 on the 120th I pulled them. Yeah.
That's funny. You remember the exact count.
Oh yeah, I remember, dude. I remember, and I'm not
What,
saying
what do you
that.
think got him off of global on the JP?
It was 120 paid multis, and you had 3+1 for 77 hours.
Yeah.
It was only 3 days. You had 3+1. All right, so they like made you go deep real fast. Yeah, and then I remember Janemba, like first multi I pulled Janemba, and I was done. So
People summon on Janemba's banner?
yeah, I know.
That's what I was thinking.
Why?
Anyway, so yeah, first year in retrospect, what Gresh was saying, for the time it was absolutely revolutionary. All the Dokkan Fests were open, the strike events were coming back in stages, and then the Xenoverse collab, that was really cool. So yeah, back then, sure, but again, for the first year anniversary, obviously compared to now, it's nowhere near the same level of end game content, stones, all that stuff. It's not, but it definitely was something special for the time. So anyways,
I just thought of something. Yeah, I just thought of something. I didn't mean to cut you off. It'd be interesting as an April Fool's joke that Bandai could pull coming up is make us live through what the Stone Age of Dokkan Battle was like for a day.
Oh my god.
We never talked about top grossing for the first anniversary, by the way. I think it was like 7 stones.
I'm
Was it
looking
7?
up.
I want to say it was
Where
either.
is it?
Okay, I felt like it was 1 stone, but I felt like 1 stone.
It's literally beating a quest stage.
But it could have been maybe 5. 7 sounds right, but that might have been 7 for all the Play stores that got.
Didn't we hit it in like 7 countries, so like 1 stone per country or something?
I think that's what it is. Now that you mention that, that's probably what it was, because I thought
Actually,
we got 1 stone for
screenshot. Yeah,
Dokkan.
I have a screenshot saved on my desktop. Let me look it up real fast.
Yeah.
2016.
16.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Where was it? I'm gonna have to look through it.
Okay. Well. Yeah. So.
Sorry, we can talk it offline.
Yeah. All right. Well. Anyways, guys. That's a retrospective history of all the anniversaries. What did you guys think? How many of you guys are here since the first year anniversary? That's going to be an interesting number to see. Is this kind of cool for all you newer players who haven't experienced it, and are reliving or glad you missed out on the horror days that was the OG Dokkan? Again, thank you to everyone that joined me here today. That is Jinro, Talon, and Garesh. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. And yeah, leave a comment, hit the like button, subscribe, all that stuff, and we'll catch you all next time, all right? Nolar.